Hey, today I want to talk about testosterone. The male hormone. Well, I have a kind of baffling story. It's not really baffling, but it was surprising to me because last March, this would be March of 2016, I was having some blood work done, so I got my testosterone tested. Wasn't that I was feeling too off, but I knew that it might be a good thing to check because I didn't have as much energy as I normally do. So I had it checked, and yes, I was low on testosterone. Now, here's the funny thing about testosterone tests in Western medicine, and this is how they do everything. They have a standard number set, and for testosterone, it runs from about 400 to 800. If you fall into that category, they think you're normal. Doesn't matter if you're 750 or 401, you're normal. So if you're 399 and you're not normal, you're low. But 401, you're perfectly normal. So it doesn't really make sense. They don't go by how you're actually feeling in comparison to your numbers. So anyway, I had mine tested. Mine was 395. Not a good number for me. I thought that it should be higher. And I remember 4 or 5 years before that, it was around 600, which is a good number for my age, right? Just so you know, on the charts of average or best potential testosterone for someone my age, which is 61, is 575, somewhere from 550 to 575. So I was clear down to 395, and I thought, well, I'm going to do something about that. Maybe get some bioidentical testosterone. Bioidentical means it's made out of natural plants as opposed to the synthetic gel they give you. So anyway, I got caught up in life, didn't do anything about it, forgot about it. And then 3 weeks ago, which would now be in October of 2016, I went and was getting some blood work done, so I got my testosterone tested again. And so the number came back, and in the period between March of 2016 and October 2016, I raised my testosterone 400 points. I was now at 795. I'm off the charts, or really up at the very top end, especially for someone my age. I know a lot of people in their 30s that are getting tested that have nowhere near that amount of testosterone. So what happened? And, which was, because it's kind of baffling. And I have to tell you, I did not take a single thing that's supposed to raise your testosterone. But I'll tell you what I did do. I did go on a ketogenic diet from around the beginning or end of June up until now. I'm still on it. And that diet contains a lot of beneficial fat. I'm consuming a lot of coconut oil, some MCT oil, a lot of avocados, raw nuts, beneficial fats in fish, like salmon. I might have salmon once a week, but I'm eating that type of food, even eggs. I eat eggs regularly, but I try to make them so that I'm getting the most out of the egg yolk, which means you don't want the egg yolk to be completely dried like in scrambled eggs. And if you make scrambled eggs, you want them to be lightly done, but the best eggs are over easy, where the yolk is runny and the whites are cooked. And so I'm eating a lot of these types of foods, and that's how you make hormones. You make hormones out of fat. Avocado is one of the greatest fats you could ever consume. Coconut oil in and of itself, which is what they make MCT out of. Coconut oil raises your cholesterol. Now, a lot of people go, well, I don't want to raise my cholesterol, but they don't realize that coconut oil raises your good cholesterol. It actually gives you substance to make HDL, which is the good cholesterol. And this is the thing you have to realize about cholesterol and fat. If your cholesterol is too low, you won't make sex hormones. You won't make any hormones in your body. It's the same kind of substance that your body has to have enough of to make hormones. If your cholesterol is really low, it sets you up for actually having more heart attacks, more strokes, and your testosterone and sexual energy goes down. This is one of the side effects of taking drugs to push your cholesterol down to a number that everybody thinks it should be at. The reality is that there's no science to that, and that you're going to be suffering in other ways. Your body just will not be able to produce hormones. So I changed my diet. That was part of the formula. The only other thing I did was that I took some anti-inflammatory herbs, things like curcumin and all this, but they don't have any direct effect on testosterone. There's really nothing to that. But the one thing I increased a lot was I started taking my own formula, Inner Peace. Now, I didn't take it for this result. I just took it because I was really enjoying it over the summer, and I started taking it a couple times a day. I had some, stress levels I was dealing with, and I always like the feeling I get out of Inner Peace. But if you look at it energetically, Inner Peace may be a stress formula, but it's very restorative to your reproductive system. In Chinese medicine, they don't talk about just one aspect of your sexual energy. They talk about as a system. And part of that system is your adrenals. Well, Inner Peace is all about restoring your adrenals. The adaptogens calm your nervous system, which has to happen for your adrenals to soak up energy. And then there's at least 4 major herbs in that formula that are just for your adrenal sexual energy. And they just build it up. It's a yin and yang blend to make your adrenals stronger, to nurture your entire reproductive system. But I still never thought that formula would have this impact on my testosterone levels. In fact, I'm sitting down now, part of my job, I formulate things. I'm formulating a new formula to raise testosterone. It's going to be a very restorative formula, because this is the main problem with people. They get worn out, their adrenals get wasted, they don't have enough energy, and that affects their sexual energy. So I'm making a formula for that. But here I took these other 2 things, and this is the only thing I can figure out. It was the extra beneficial fat, the type of fat your body really loves and can make substance out of, that I really upped it in my diet, probably another 25% of that in my diet. And then I just took some herbs that are just overall good for my nervous system and calmed it and helped restore some energy in my adrenals. And I'm real happy with the result. I'm not going to complain about having twice as much testosterone as I did 6 months ago.